ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DRW Radio episode 105. And tonight, a special one-on-one interview with one of the most controversial superstars in all of e-fetting. Ladies and gentlemen, the man of 1,000 and probably more than that gimmicks. Ladies and gentlemen, Nathaniel Faber.
I'm pretty sure it's over 1,000 by now.
It has to be. Nate, how long have you been in this business?
I joined about 8 to 10 months after VTech, so about 6 to 7 years around there.
Oh, so you've been around just like I have.
Yep.
Alright, so I'm not gonna look at you any different. We've had our differences, but we've always talked them out like men, and I do respect the things you've done for this business. But now, here's where I'm gonna ask the tough questions. I hope you're ready for this.
I'm ready. I knew walking into this interview there was gonna be some kind of catch.
Alright. You are still known to be one of the most controversial superstars in this business.
Yo.
You have said some god-awful things to some of the guys.
Yep.
You have threatened to piss on their graves. You've told them to go kill themselves. Nate, what drives you to say shit like that?
It's a matter of taking things in character and making them out of character. Because I've had in character problems with people, but I've also had out of character problems with people. Some people just don't respect me, and if you don't respect me, I'm sure as hell not going to respect you. As a matter of fact, before he pulled me for this interview, I was talking to one Miguel Roderick who was trying to start a lot of shit, and I told him plain out I'm not dealing with it.
You know, you've been one of the most controversial superstars in this business, but you've also been one of the most successful.
This is true.
How many world champions is it now?
Oh, God. I want to take an overall guess and say it's got to be in the 180 area. 190 maybe. I've won my fair share of world titles, but that's not what matters to me. What matters to me is making my name known. I don't care if people hate me. I don't care if people love me. The thing is, I want my name to be known. I never said that I wanted my name to be known for a good reason. I'm just trying to get my name out there so everybody knows who I am, and I'm pretty sure I've done a damn good job at that.
Nate, you've had a lot of fights with superstars, so let's take ourselves down memory lane. Tell us the very first fight you ever had in this business.
Very first fight I ever had?
Yes.
Oh, lordy, we're going back to the Faber versus VTech days. I fought VTech in my very first fight, which was when I first joined the business, and it was a brutal fight. We left each other in a pool of our own blood, but...
No, I'm talking about like the very first argument, like the very first controversial...
Oh, God, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, very first argument was with... I want to say... It was either with... Wait. Yep, that's who it was. It was with Chris DeLeon, or Jim Foster at the time. He started to question a lot of the decisions I was making. I told him, don't worry about it, I got it. He's like, he entrusted me with the World Championship in GWF, which Christian won it from me, and we started fighting, me and Christian. Before that, it was me and Jim Foster and me and Malmquist, because, as most people know, I am known for my, earlier in my days, raising my right hand here, I was known for multiple accounts. And one of my accounts stopped the great Will Woo Wagner, which really pissed Malmquist and Jim Foster off. So they tried to erase my Intercontinental title reign from history of that company, and I got really pissed about it, and I just let loose. Hold on 1 second.
And ladies and gentlemen, people who don't know Nate Faber in the e-fetting world, I'm pretty sure sooner or later you will get to know this cat, and he is one of the most controversial guys on the face of this earth. Now, let's take a boat ride, a Missouri boat ride down memory lane. Almost a year ago, we're almost there, almost a year ago, you had an argument with then Jake Marsden, who was going through the transition to become Mia, and a lot of controversial things were said. Do you recall that event?
The same reason I lost my first and only DRW World Heavyweight Championship. Yes, I do remember that. It was a very heated moment, a very, very controversial moment. For all of those who don't know, we're cool now though. Me and Jake, aka Mia, got into a fight, and I basically told Mia or Jake, or whatever you want to call him, her, doesn't matter. I told Mia that her transition was a publicity stunt to try and get everybody to feel bad for her. And honestly, part of me, that was what I was feeling at the time. God damn it, computer, stop it. That was what I was feeling at the time. But I started to notice that sometimes you have things that you want to say, and you shouldn't say them. And I've learned that, but I've still got a little bit of learning to do.
I mean, you're still a little bit of green in this business. We've talked about the very first fight. What is, in your mind, the worst controversial moment in your career? The worst.
Are we talking in character or out of character?
Like the worst controversial moment to where you were like broke down. You and that other person were broke down. It was hellacious. It was out of control. The worst moment.
The worst fight I've ever had was with... It's kind of a tie, actually, because me and Christian have had our fair share of fights. But I'm going to say it. The worst was between you and me. That was one of the worst fights I've ever been in. But now looking back at it, it's one of the most entertaining, too.
Got you hit by a Hummer. It got you hit by a Hummer.
For everybody who doesn't know, you steal this man's world title, he'll run you over with a Hummer.
I will run you over with a... I ran you over, reversed, and then went back over you.
He ran me over twice with a... I'm going to take a guess here, like 2-ton Hummer?
Oh, it was the original H1, the real one, the military one.
Oh God!
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised I'm still walking around.
When I ran you over with the Hummer, I wasted 2 gallons of gas. It was okay. No, it was. Looking back on it, was one of the most entertaining things I've ever done in my career. And we have a live message here. Live on DRW Radio.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it was from Miguel telling me that he was the only live listener. I don't give a shit. People will watch it on YouTube. I don't give a shit. I get more views on YouTube than I do here. But that's not why we're here. We're not here for live views. We're here just to drop an interview down, to drop a little bit of a shoot. Now, take us down the boat ride again. We talked about the very first moment. Your very first world title win. When, where, how were you feeling?
When, where, and how was I feeling? First world title was... Oh my lord, when was my first world title? That was around the time of... Oh my god. I have to take a real nostalgia trip here. I think my first world championship was in a little group that a few friends of mine and a bunch of other guys ran, named Supreme Hardcore Wrestling. It took me about 7.5 months to do it, but once I got there, I had adrenaline pumping through my veins. That's how you win, or that's how you feel when you win any world title, honestly. It's just, some people, they boost you, and they make you feel like you're at the top of the mountain, and that's what it felt like. It felt like I was at the top of the mountain, staring at the edge of the world. But a few short months later, I had been banned from that group, and I felt like I was 10 feet under.
Nate, you are also known as the man who was retired 99 times.
99's a little bit of a stretch.
I mean, you're almost there.
Yeah, I'm almost there, but I'm not there yet.
Talk to us. Tell us why you retire so much. I mean, we know we'll get to your passion in a moment, but tell us why you retire.
The fighting, it has gotten so bad between me and some guys, and the drama that people are causing, the backstage drama, as some people would say. It's not as bad as people make it out to be, but when you are constantly targeted by those people, it gets a little bit ridiculous. But I'm not going to sit here and bitch and complain. I mean, I've been tossed aside. I've been called the leader of the dark side of e-fetting. I've been shit on. I've been kicked while I'm down. I've been pushed. I've been spat on. I've been cut. I've been almost killed by 6 different people. Yeah, mind you. But I'm always the one to get back up. I told a lot of people that this a long time ago. When you guys are all gone, I think I'm going to be one of the only people left. Because the passion in me is like, it's kind of weird, actually. It goes from being like a big glider to a wildfire, but then it goes back to being a big glider fire. It gets weird after a while, and sometimes I get mixed emotions about how I feel about e-fetting and how I feel about it all anymore. But now I don't have a question in my mind that this is what I want to do.
Now, tell us why you got into this.
I got into this because growing up, my dream was to become a wrestler. My dream was to stand in the spotlight and have everybody admire me. But I learned a couple years ago that you're not always going to be admired. Sometimes you're going to make a wrong decision, and people are going to hate you for that for years. And I'm sorry, my brother is a complete fucking retard. Okay.
Oh, dude, we can't hear him. We can't hear him, so it's okay.
Oh, oops. My brother's like yelling at me, saying stuff. I don't know. But anyways, I don't know. It's just...
So, tell us why you got into this.
Why? I got into this because I saw a lot of my friends doing it. I was like, this actually kind of looks like fun. So I tried it out. Believe it or not, one of my first gimmicks was Randy Orton. I loved Randy Orton as a kid, and I still admire him to this day, but at this point in my career, I've used Randy Orton so much that I just... from me. Ow.
Sorry.
It's the farthest thing from me. But... yeah.
Well, you know, I got into this basically for the same reasons. I mean, other than my love and passion for the sport of professional wrestling. I mean, you're doing a hell of a job, kid. You got a bright future. Hell, I've been doing this for 6 years and almost at 100 world titles. I just hit 90 about a month ago. And, I mean, it's a hell of a trip when you think about it. I mean, shit, there are better storylines in most E-Feds than there are on TV. And it's pretty bad to say that. I mean, DRW's been home to some pretty entertaining storylines. But with that being said, Nate, your favorite Fed, what was it?
My favorite Fed I've ever competed in?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to say it's kind of a tie, actually, between EWC and very same company I packed up and left from, DRW. The reason for DRW is because DRW gave me an atmosphere that I loved. It gave me competition that I haven't had in years. It gave me this sense of, you better be good or you're going to get left behind just like that. And I was like, I got to kick it into high gear with some of these guys, because some of these guys, man, they promo like I've never seen. Like, I gotta think of something. Like Aaron. Aaron promos like I've never seen. That dude's fucking amazing. Steve, he's fucking amazing. Taka, I've known him for a couple of years now. He's fucking amazing. Stoner, he's amazing. Amari, the dude and I don't get along, but he's still pretty damn good. I don't know. But EWC is because it's run by one of my good friends. It's a place that I have been in more times than any company because I've been fired for my controversial actions. But the most controversial act there, and most people are going to be kind of surprised. Not really. In EWC, my character choked out the owner. Because the owner, aka Zach Zero, or Zachary Alawa, as some people may know him, he screwed me out of a world title. One of the same reasons I didn't want to, the same reason I kind of left DRW. It's because of a lot of backstage drama, and a lot of things just happened, and I basically choked Zachary Alawa in character, and I spat on him and said, I hope you die, and he kicked me from the Fed, he banned me from the Fed, and he took me out from history until just about a couple months ago when I rejoined.
You talked about backstage drama and backstage politics.
Mm-hmm.
Give us some info about, how the backstage politics are.
Yeah. They get pretty bad at times, but sometimes you gotta put up with it.
Have you ever, like, the backstage politics, when I'm talking about, like, you've been told, oh, you can't say this, you can't do that, you can't be this person, you can't chew gum while you're walking to the ring.
Have I ever been told that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people have tried to restrict me, and a lot of companies have failed. A lot of companies think that they can shove a gimmick on me, but they don't know. You try to shove a gimmick on me, I'll leave your company so damn fast. I don't do those companies. I don't do companies where you're going to force me to be one alignment and stay that alignment. Like, I like creative control or a little bit of freedom, but some people I'll make an exception for. But sometimes it just gets to the point of where, should I stay or should I go? Should I leave this place that sometimes I've called many companies home, but I don't know.
We talked about the best Fed you've ever been in. What is the worst Fed you just walked into and you're just like, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, and that could be like one of the answers to it, or that could be like they just treated you fucking horrible, kicked you while you were down. I mean, what is the worst Fed in your world?
The worst Fed I've ever been in, oh my god. People are going to talk about this and send him links to this, but you know what? You can go right ahead, because I don't fucking care. It was URW. The worst Fed I've ever been in. Because I'm going to tell you guys a little story, and he's going to message me. Donald Wiles is going to message me about, oh, why did you bring that up again? It's just bad blood. I don't care if it's fucking bad blood. The dude... I won a number 1 contenders match for the first ever world title of that company, and he gave it to his little ass kisser Nightmare. I hate Nightmare. Honestly, I hate most of the people in that company, but I decided, hey, you know what, I'll give this a second chance, because there's no way it got worse. I will admit they did make some good decisions, firing some people and hiring some people. I'm not going to name any names from that because it's just going to start some drama. Who am I kidding? I love drama. The guy that they were smart to fire was Grant. Grant Van Dyke doesn't know how to run a company. He doesn't know how to be a CEO. He doesn't know how to be a COO, a co-owner. He doesn't know how to do any of that. He thinks he does, but he doesn't. And they were smart for rehiring Christian, and they were smart for rehiring Josh Collins, but that's another topic I want to talk about. Josh Collins, he's an ass kisser. He is the biggest ass kiss in the world. He thinks that we don't have a problem with each other. I have a big fucking problem with him, because he's a guy who will kiss any amount of ass just to get to the world title picture, which kind of brings me to the next one, because any Fed with Josh Collins was just fucking, it was, some of them were fucking torture. Like, his promos are decent, but the amount of ass he kisses, it's gotten to the point of where it's just gotten horrible.
Josh, you talk about Josh Collins. What happened there with you and him?
It's just Josh is the definition of an ass kiss. He's the definition of Peter Henson. He calls himself one of the best. He calls himself immortal. He calls himself a demon. What the fuck is this? What is this? He sounds like the perfect mixture of Kane and Hulk Hogan.
Well, I mean, I do call myself a god, but...
Yeah, but you calling yourself a god is justified. Him being a demon? He's a little pipsqueak. How's he gonna call himself a fucking demon? I'm not gonna waste any more of my time on him. Let's change the topic.
So, we've talked about pretty much everything, Nate.
Mm-hmm.
You've let it all out there. Hopefully, your future is brighter than your past. And hopefully we can have numerous months without any controversy. But knowing you, that's probably not going to happen. But we can all wish upon a star.
Next week, dude. Come on now.
Yeah, we all know.
You know me.
We all know. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming on here tonight, Nate, and talking. I love you, dude. Have a good one. Party hard. Let's go to that group call and kick some ass. Guys, thank you and good night.